Let me take your business to the next level with simple organizing solutions. As a professional organizer for more than 15 years, when it comes to organization, I bring the know-how, information, and tools to put to use in both your professional and personal life. Busy entrepreneurs such as yourself should focus on generating money, tackling new business opportunities, and enjoying life to the fullest, not on organizing anything that slows you down. Let me help you transition from clutter and chaos to simple and organized. Call me.
Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world, you are watching NowMedia Television.
Hi, and welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your host, Michael Rager. I can't believe that we're getting into another month here in the year, and we're ready to keep rolling on with what's going on the new Biz Talk TV show here. So everybody that's out there joining us today on the NowMedia TV digital platforms, welcome. Those of you out there in TV land, we welcome you, and those of you guys on the radio, we're so glad to see you. One of the topics I want to talk about today is quiet quitting. Quiet quitting's been in the news lately, and you know, what is it? I've been talking to a lot of business owners in and out, and we've been talking about it, and who actually is responsible. You know, a lot of people are talking about, you know, younger generation, you know, they're just going out there.
Make sure that you get what you really want and protect yourself in the process. So if you're looking to sell, let's talk. I've handled acquisitions for Fortune 200 companies and helped numerous business owners discover how a great lawyer is a partner in a transaction, guiding you through the process and preventing you from making mistakes that can cost you thousands. My goal is to provide my clients with focused, cost-effective, yet practical legal solutions. So let me help you with your legal needs. Call me today, 713-300-9662.
Hey, this is Michael Rager, your business guide, and welcome back to Biz Talk Radio. Hey, I'm back. We got our financial expert today, Margie Duncan. Margie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Well, we were going to talk today a little bit about building financial reserves. What exactly are financial reserves, and why should people have them?
So financial reserves are essential for making sure you don't have those pitfalls when the bad stuff happens, the flat tire, maybe you get sick. Financial reserves, you need to make yourself a bill. You pay your house note every month, you pay your credit cards every month. You need to pay yourself every month.
So what percentage of your income should we be allocating to our financial reserves just to make sure that we're covered?
The percentage is usually about 20%. If you can do more, great, but 20% is usually the norm. And 6 months of your income put away for any fires that may happen. But you can't build unless you start paying yourself first. So make sure you're taking that 20% off the top, make yourself that bill, and make sure you're getting into a good product. There's a lot of products out there, and so if you're not in the right product, you're not going to grow as fast.
What kind of products would you recommend to hold that financial reserve in, and what's the benefits of it?
So normally people start out with their IRAs, and anybody can start with as little as $25 a month, so there's no reason why you can't start. But not to get into all the products, but get with a financial advisor that can sit down and explain to you what each one does, what's good for you, and really create a plan that's exactly fit to your family and where you're headed.
So what are the best practices? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to save 20% a month. It seems like a lot. How should I, as a dad and a husband, how should I start planning to do all this to make sure it happens and it's easy for my family to accommodate?
So So I like to sit people down and I say include the kids, because kids want this, they want that, they want toys, they want experiences. But if you include your kids and you explain to them why you have to save, it does several things. It teaches them to start saving because they're seeing mom and dad do it. It also makes things more special. If you're going out and you're giving your kid a toy every time they go out, it's not going to be special. But if you say, hey, we have to work for this, let's start saving, give them responsibilities, pay them an allowance, have them start saving. And then they have to save for that toy. And all of a sudden that toy is not just thrown to the side, it's a special toy. They take care of it. They're learning responsibility, they're learning financial products, financial things that they need to learn as adults. And it's just good practices.
Yeah, I know. I love doing it. My son's 12 years old, and he's already got his own little company. And we've already taught him how to read finance. He can already read P&L statements. So he holds dad accountable to this stuff. You know, when you're going to grow this and you're trying to really help a family, I know, you're really good financial advisors sit down and they have a plan. How do you help them plan? I mean, what kind of steps do you walk people through to help them get success?
I deal in middle America, so a lot of them have never even seen a budget. So I sit down and I explain why it's important to have a budget. I explain what they need to be doing. A lot of times you'll come across somebody who has a cable bill for $280, but they don't want to spend $50 or $60 for life insurance, or they don't want to put $50 away in a Roth IRA. So it's just basically changing the way you think about different, concepts. Do you want to eat ketchup soup when you're old? Or do you want to live comfortably and be able to buy and do the things that you want?
When you say middle America, that means a lot of different, what does that mean to you, and what kind of people do you really like to serve, and where's your sweet spot as a business owner?
I guess anybody earning from, minimum wage to $300,000 is probably middle America. But we help anybody. I help anybody that will listen. A lot of times these concepts are not taught in school, they're not taught by families. And by the time people want to learn them, it's almost too late.
Yeah. Well, if people want to get a hold of you and set up an appointment, how do they do that?
They call me at my direct line, 713-545-6830.
So we're going into the holiday season. We're going to be getting there soon. Give me one last tip for people that they're getting ready to go to the financial reserves, but they're not want to go over that budget for the holidays. What's one thing you can tell people to do?
So I would say shop for sales. There's a lot of sales going on. Make sure you do a Christmas list. A lot of times people will go out and just shop and they don't really have that Christmas list. So you buy 2 or 3 things for one person. And make it about not the gift, but about what Christmas is really about, and that's sharing and loving and being with family.
Well, that's awesome, Margie. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm looking forward to you contributing in the next several weeks with us. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be back just a little bit, and we're going to talk more business.
Thank you.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Are you a small business owner who's overwhelmed and exhausted? You've tried many strategies, but your business just isn't where you want it to be. You wish someone would give you a roadmap to grow your business so that you can finally live the life you've imagined. Now is the time to get crystal clear on your business strategy so that you can work smarter, not harder. With our support, you can fully step into your CEO role and run your business rather than your business running you. Hi, I'm Jen Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners develop a laser-focused roadmap so that they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify their impact. Let's face it, most of the small business advice that's available online is cookie cutter and filled with fluff that will never serve you. It's time for you to stop doing things that aren't moving your business forward. I will help you develop an actionable, focused plan to grow your business in a way that lights you up. Contact me today at peaktoprofit.com to get started on your business growth roadmap.
Hey, this is your business guide, Michael Rager, and we're back with Biz Talk TV. I'm so excited to be hearing from Jen Drago. Jennifer's going to come in. She's the chief strategist at Peaks to Profit, and she's going to be talking about strategic planning in your business so you can be successful. So take it away, Jen.
Welcome to Peak to Profit, where each week we share practical and tactical guidance to help you lead a profitable business. I'm Jennifer Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help businesses develop a laser-focused strategy and roadmap for business growth so they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify the impact that they have in the world. Since we are coming up on the end of the year and soon it will be a new year, this week we're going to talk about strategic planning, what it is, and some best practices for this practice in your company. First, what is a strategy? As a reminder, it's a description of what you want where you want your company to go, your vision, and how you're going to get there, which is your action plan with timelines and accountabilities. A strategic plan is a formal document that lists that vision and the annual goals for the coming year in very specific terms, including listing ownership, who is going to do what and by when, and how you're going to measure your success, i.e. your metrics. Most medium and large-sized companies use a strategic planning process to create a plan for their company for the coming year. Small companies and entrepreneurs may do a version of strategic planning and call it goal setting, but every company can benefit from conducting this annual process. That is the first best practice I will offer to you today. Within the last quarter of your fiscal year, a best practice is to create and update your 3-year vision for your company and then create goals for the coming year based on that vision. The strategic plan is usually put in place for the company's fiscal year and is also used to guide the budgeting process. That is to say, you would plan an action for your company and then budget for the resources to meet that plan. That makes sense, right? So did you know that only 60% of companies actually use their strategic plan to drive their budget? That's the second best practice that I would like to cover with you. Do your strategic plan first and then use it to guide your capital budgeting process. For example, you may need to purchase equipment or other capital items in order to implement a certain strategy, and also the development of your operating budget. These processes should never be disconnected. They should always follow one another. Some other best practices that you should consider as it relates to your strategic plan include conducting an analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is also known as a SWOT analysis. By taking time to be thoughtful about your company's internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as the opportunities and threats that your company faces externally, such as in your service area or in your industry, you gain a really clear picture of what you need to address in the coming year. You would ideally conduct the SWOT analysis after you update your company vision, but before planning your goals for the coming year. When you develop your annual goals, you want to craft goals that are limited in number so that you and your team can be focused in the year ahead on the things that are most important to the company's competitive position and to its growth. You've heard the saying, less is more, and this is true of goals. Also, how you write your goals is very important. Zig Ziglar is famous for saying, a goal properly set is halfway reached. The formula you should focus on when you're writing your goals is to make sure your goals are SMART. And SMART is an acronym which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Having specific and measurable goals assures that everyone on the team is clear on what needs to be done. Giving each goal a deadline provides accountability to get it done. The next best practice that I'm going to mention is to cascade goals through the organization. What does that mean? It means that every person in your organization should have annual goals that relate to your company goals. In this way, it communicates to every team member how they will contribute to the success of a company. In a 2005 Harvard Business Review article, research showed that 95% of a company's employees were unaware or do not understand the business's strategy. We can do better than this. Our employees can't support the strategy of the business or the growth of the business if they don't understand it, or if they never hear about it. So let's have their goals relate to the bigger business goals. Another best practice is to ask department heads or department leaders to set goals for their areas that contribute to the company's annual goals. Department leads are best suited to state how their teams can directly contribute to the achievement of larger company goals. So the best practice is to engage these leaders in the development of their team's goals rather than handing goals to them in a top-down fashion. Leaders like to be involved in the process, and it makes them more engaged. More engagement brings better results, so this is a win-win. Yet another practice is to identify cross-functional dependencies when goals are set. So sometimes a goal will require the collaboration and cooperation of several areas of your business. It is best to identify where these areas of collaboration need to occur in the goal-setting process, and this is so that everyone is planning the year ahead with the same level of knowledge and expectation, and so that they can plan the resources needed. Now you can imagine what would happen if I set a goal that needed significant participation from you, but I didn't tell you. You set your own goals for your department for the year, but you had no idea what I was planning. When I came to you a few months later, which is already into the fiscal year, to start working on my goal, you're faced with a conflict. Do you work on our shared goal that you didn't know about? Or do you decline the work on the shared goal so that you can meet your own goals? You can see the dilemma. Let's not put our colleagues in this position. And the final best practice in a strategic planning process is to utilize scorecards to track your progress throughout the year. You should have a strategic dashboard which monitors progress on the goals and tactics that you have as part of your strategic plan. At a glance, it will show you if you are on track for meeting your goals within the established timelines. A second scorecard that I recommend is an operational scorecard that tracks your operating metrics, such as your leads, your prospecting activity, your sales, your revenues, your customer satisfaction, and other key metrics that are important to your business. So there you have it, my friend. Today we have explained what a strategic plan is, how to create one for your company, and the best practices to make sure that the strategy is effectively executed. Your action takeaway today is to craft the strategic plan for your company for the coming year. You can begin by creating a vision narrative, which is a series of 6 to 10 statements that paint a descriptive mental portrait of your company in 3 years. This is a really fun process, and I have a step-by-step workbook available as a free download on my website. You can find it at peak2profit.com/F/vision. I hope that you'll check it out and use it as the foundation for setting your annual goals for the upcoming year. Following the visioning process, you will want to conduct a SWOT analysis and then craft a limited number of SMART goals. Remember, that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If you're unclear on where to go in your business, you can also book a free strategy session with me at my website, peak2profit.com. I hope that you've learned a few things that will help you develop your business strategy and goals for the coming year. I'll see you next week on Peak to Profit. Bye for now.
Hey, Jennifer, that was some great stuff. I know when I talk to my clients, I talk to them about the same exact things. That's just awesome stuff. You got to plan, you got to get the strategy going. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be back in just a minute with Roland Parker, and we're going to talk about firewalls and why they're important for your business.
Hello, my name is Colleen Meagle and I'm an attorney. Let's talk business. Do you have a business that you want to buy or sell? It's crucial to get an attorney involved sooner rather than later in any sale process, because the moment that documents are signed, your leverage goes right out the window. So make sure that you get what you really want and protect yourself in the process. So if you're looking to sell, let's talk. I've handled acquisitions for Fortune 200 companies and helped numerous business owners discover how a great lawyer is a partner in a transaction, guiding you through the process and preventing you from making mistakes that can cost you thousands. My goal is to provide my clients with focused, cost-effective, yet practical legal solutions. So let me help you with your legal needs. Call me today, 713-300-9662.
Are you considering selling? More than likely, what is the most expensive investment, your home, now or in the near future? Before you throw away precious equity down the drain and live to regret it, I'd like to share with you 5 reasons why you need to stage your space, whether living in it or selling it vacant. Hello, I'm Kat Trelinos, President, Master Staging Professional, and CEO of Ta-Da by Kat Next Level Staging and Design. Number 1, you need to stage because you'll make more money. According to the National Association of Realtors, more than 5 to 20% more staged. Number 2, so buyers can visualize the staged property as their next home. Stage because, number 3, not staging will only help sell your competition stage homes. Successful realtors know that the key to competing is professional staging because it creates great online presentations, drives buyer traffic to the home, and brings the highest offers. Number 4, stage because it makes the home seem larger when strategic placement and flow are created with proper staging. And number 5, stage because then you can relax, knowing you've done everything possible to get a quick sale, not leave any money on the table. Let our award-winning team bring the magic of next level staging to your property today. Be prepared to be ta-da'd. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, welcome back. This is your business guide, Michael Rager, and welcome back to Biz Talk TV. Man, I'm so excited to have Roland with Impress Computers. Roland, how you doing today, man?
Hey, Michael, great to be back. And, we had a great Thanksgiving and, back at action, so life is good.
Well, that's what it's about. We're going to talk about one of the most exciting things in the world right now, right? Firewalls.
Now, fireballs or firewalls?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the break. But, I'm not techie. I do what I do. I know firewalls are important. Can you explain, kind of in simple layman's term, what exactly is a firewall and why we should be concerned and why should we have a good one?
So, in basic terms, a firewall is the first layer of defense from the outside world to your internal network. So it monitors incoming and outgoing traffic. And if you want to prevent yourself from being hacked, that's your first level of defense. That's the fortress that you're going to put up. If you don't have it, the chances are you're going to be more vulnerable. Plus, there's less chance of detecting if somebody's actually trying to hack you or getting past. Those alerts that you get from the firewall are the things that are going to alert you, hey, somebody is trying to get in. You've got to have a good firewall with active protection.
So with your firewall, is it just kind of what you said there? I kind of see it as the moat, kind of, is it before you get into the castle, there, and how does a firewall protect your data? And, is that the only line of defense we need?
Well, it's the first line. Okay. But of course, you've got your moat. Now you actually know, okay, somebody's trying to get in.
Right.
But then you also have to have your different layers. Everything these days is built on layers of protection. So you've got to have your zero trust, which means that if some idiot in the company goes and clicks on a link or an attachment, you've got to have something to lock it down to say, hey, don't run this program. And the next thing you've got to do is have your next-gen antivirus, which has got endpoint detection remediation. What does that mean? If somebody happens to get past your firewall, get past your zero trust, when things are changing, that endpoint detection means, hey, something's going on with this, and let's lock it down before something happens. So you can isolate that particular computer that's having an issue, shut it down, remove it from the network, and then we can come and get rid of the bad guys, and it hasn't had a chance to spread. So firewalls are essential, but you can't say, hey, I've got a firewall, I'm protected, and go about your business. You've got to have those different layers.
Well, how do I go find one? Because I imagine there's a good, better, best. And when I'm looking at my company, depending on where I'm at, how do I determine good, better, or best and what's really right for me where I'm at right now?
So one of the things that you really want to look at is what is the throughput that you need. Mm-hmm. So you start off by saying, well, are we looking at just a regular 300 megabits per second? Do I need a gigabit? Or am I going with 2 gigabits per second? Do I need a 10 gig firewall? So you look at what kind of internet bandwidth do you have, and then you look at how many users do you have. So the more users you have, the higher the bandwidth. Then you've got to have a higher end firewall, because it's all about throughput. And if you don't have a good enough firewall, it's going to be checking everything, but as it does it, it throttles everything. And then you're actually going to experience slowdowns and that bottlenecking experience. So you've really got to look at throughput, how many users, and what internet speed you're getting. And the faster you are, more users, higher end you're going to go.
So how effective are the firewalls that we can buy? I don't want to say kind of quote unquote over the counter, but us as regular consumers, we're searching on Google, we're searching whatever, we look for firewall protection. How successful are those versus meeting with an expert like you and saying, hey, Mike, use this?
So the whole thing is how you configure it. So first of all, it's, well, I'm going to buy something off the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
but then who's going to set it up?
Right.
Now, if you buy a basic firewall, it's going to have limited protection. So if you really want to have good protection, if you go with a Sonic wall or a Barracuda or a Fortinet, we personally like the Sonic walls. It's provided by Dell, and our techs are very familiar with it, but all the rest of them do a good job. They're going to come with active protection, which means that you have an annual subscription. And it's just like your antivirus. You pay an annual fee for your antivirus. The same thing with your active protection on your firewall. If you don't have that, it's almost like you might as well just get a router and not have a firewall, because you're not being actively protected. And then it's a matter of setting it up correctly. And the next thing for having a firewall is that if you've got 2 locations, and if you want to have those 2 locations talking to each other seamlessly, then you'd actually have a firewall in each location, and you'd set up a bridge between the 2.
Well, that's kind of interesting. I know that when I'm thinking about protecting my computer and things happen, it's just important to be able to have somebody like you to go to and talk to. So how do people get a hold of you when they have something going on? The
best thing to do, give us a call at 281-647-9977, or reach us on the web, impresscomputers.tech. That's IMPRESS, computers.tech. We'll sit down with you and make the best recommendations for your environment. So, we might decide, you're a smaller company, let's start off with a basic firewall, and then we can upgrade that down the road as you start expanding and you get more employees.
I want to ask one more question, because I know we're going in the holiday season here. We're getting ready. Should us as business owners be ready for increased attacks because we're coming into this type?
Absolutely. In fact, I was getting a call from a company on the way here, and one of the employees got a pop-up, said it was from Microsoft. They got scared. They phoned the number.
Ooh.
The so-called Microsoft guys came in for 4 hours on their machine, and they were telling them that the bank account had been compromised and they had to go to the bank and transfer $90,000 to a secure account. And fortunately, the bank stopped them. But it's like, you got to be careful. You're under attack. Pay attention. Don't click on links. Don't click on attachments. And if you get a pop-up, never, ever, ever phone the number on the pop-up. Also, don't hit the X, because if you hit the X, it's game over. Control, Shift, Escape, and End Task. That's the way to get rid of that pop-up and then do a disk cleanup. So don't click on links, don't click on attachments, never hit the X. Control, Shift, Escape is going to take care of it.
All right, Roland. Well, thanks a lot. I always have so much fun when you come in here. You know, it's great. We can joke around before and after, and you know, we're looking forward to seeing you next week. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide. We'll be back, and we're gonna have some more Business Talk Radio TV for you.
I was recently asked what it means to be a family lawyer. What is family law? Family law is not just about divorce or custody or child support. Family law is about your life. As a family lawyer, I protect your children, your wealth, your future. I don't do this alone. As your attorney, we work as a team to determine your goals and priorities and provide a strategy in an often complex, painful, and confusing time. Whether it's asset protection through pre- or post-marital agreements or fighting to protect your children, I'm here to help. My team and I bring decades of combined experience to support you and your family in all aspects of family and wealth planning, from estate and legacy planning to divorce and child custody issues to representation in complex litigation cases. Take a decisive step. We're here when you're ready. Remember, it's about your life.
Hey y'all, Fathead here with Fathead Spices. My goal is to give you Texas-made spices, rubs, and food products for all your events. Whether it's outdoor, indoor, or just hanging out at the deer lease, we got you covered. We're proud of our customer service. We want to help you make your food better. One thing's for sure, y'all, life's short, spice it up.
Según el FBI, un robo ocurre cada 13 segundos. Los hogares y negocios sin un sistema de seguridad confiable tienen 300% más de probabilidades de ser robados. Alert 360 proporciona soluciones de seguridad sólidas y personalizadas a clientes residenciales y comerciales, ya sea seguridad en el hogar, detección de incendios y monóxido de carbono, protección contra inundaciones, atención conectada para personas mayores, soluciones de vigilancia administradas por video, monitoreo de alarma las 24 horas al día, 7 días a la semana y seguridad de personas. Alert 360 es su solución ideal. Además, Alert 360 tiene integraciones inteligentes para el hogar y el negocio, para una total tranquilidad, protegiendo lo más importante y reduciendo los costos de energía con nuestras funciones de programación automática de primera línea. Alert 360 ofrece descuentos en servicios de seguridad a personal militar, veteranos, primeros respondientes, educadores y personal hospitalario. No seas víctima, da un paso fuerte hoy. Llame a Rosana Torres al 832-863-8574 para su consulta gratuita.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business guide, Michael Rager with Teach Your Business to Fish. I'm so excited about Kat Trolinos. She's our home staging expert. Kat's going to come up and tell us the 5 reasons to not hire a decorator when you're getting ready to move into some new real estate. Take it away, Kat.
Reasons you may not want to hire a full-service designer or decorator. Full-service design services where the design professional waves the magic wand, and from idea to installation, it can be amazing. But really, it's not for everyone. What is for everyone? Having a welcoming, cohesive, lovely space that fits your style and your budget. And sometimes this doesn't require hiring an interior designer or decorator for full service. In fact, there are some people that would be better served with an alternate design option that allows them to save money and get the look and feel they enjoy outside of full service. So you may ask, who are these folks? I'm going to share 6 types of people that may not need this full service option. Reason number 1, you're not ready to make an investment. When you create a budget to invest in your home and hiring an interior designer, it shows you understand the value in their services. When you work with an interior designer or decorator, you'll receive a customized, tailored end product that meets your specific unique needs and design, along with saving you potential time, money, and resources, and possible costly mistakes. It's worth it, I promise, but even so, there are some people who just can't convince otherwise. They have no interest in making the investment and just don't see the value. Interior design is just like any other profession. When you go to see a doctor, you expect to pay a fee. Or when you go to the hair salon, you expect to pay for their services. The same goes for an interior designer or decorator. We are business professionals and create a beautiful experience for our clients. Clients that are raving fans and see our services as invaluable and definitely worthy of their time and their investment. But an alternative option to hiring a designer for just an on-site or virtual consultation would be your best option. This would allow you to get a feel for what a designer brings to the table, and it'll help you understand the process involved. By having a consultation with a designer, it may shed light on your ideas and help you consider things you hadn't actually thought of, and also confirm ideas that you just couldn't make a decision on. If you need more, consider saving your money for full service in the future, or ask about in phases or steps. Reason number 2, you love to shop. Do you love sales? Do you spend your weekend perusing your favorite home furnishing sites like Pottery Barn and Restoration Hardware? So these stores are a great option for you because they allow you to get your shopping fix and offer free in-store design services. On the other hand, working with an interior designer is like dining at a 5-star restaurant. Each course the chef creatively prepares and serves as an experience. You don't know all the details and magic of what goes preparing the meal, even though the menu describes what to expect with the taste. So, in the same way, a designer presents their design concept. We don't expect for clients to shop for the ingredients. If you prefer to create your own meals, hiring an interior designer probably isn't for you. But an alternative work option would be to work with an interior designer on an as-needed basis. This type of service is great for clients that have a project maybe in progress, but may need a professional opinion on things like paint, colors, lighting, furnishings, or finishes such as flooring, backsplash, etc. Selecting the correct paint alone that doesn't have any of those pesky, unwanted undertones is a cohesive element and can be tricky. Reason number 3, you're a control freak. Working with an interior designer requires a certain level of trust. You're letting this person into your home, your life, and your wallet. As designers, we understand this and make it a priority by being your puzzle master and making sure all of the many pieces needed to turn your desires into a reality come together. But in order to make this happen, you have to let go. Now, don't get me wrong. The process is a team effort and it is collaborative with parameters. If you insist on being a coach instead of a team player, then you might need to consider other options. So an alternative option would be design-only consultations with an interior designer who may be your best option. This lets you dip your toe into the idea of working with a professional by allowing them to create a curated design plan for you. You are ultimately responsible for shopping, purchasing, styling the space, etc. yourself. Reason number 4, you have lots of free time. There's a lot of work that goes into designing a space. There's the design itself, and then you're sourcing each item, purchasing items, and then the installation. Designers also invest their time, money, and effort into attending workshops and going to market to bring you the latest and greatest in home furnishings and solutions. So if you're someone who has time and enjoys the idea of educating yourself on doing presentation boards, renderings, and creating a design for your space, then you don't need an interior designer. However, an alternate option would be to consider purchasing blocks of time to help you fill in the gaps for areas you may need assistance in. Reason number 5, you moonlight as a hoarder. Interior designers are pretty creative at mixing your existing furnishings with new pieces if they fit into the design scheme. This isn't going to work if you insist on holding on to those dusty items from grandma's basement that just doesn't make good design sense. If you really want to keep every trinket an item from 20 years ago, then an interior designer is probably not for you. But an alternative option would be to consider a decorator assistance service. This option allows you a designer to assist you with editing and styling your current furnishings while updating and enhancing with new decor, accessories, etc., and integrating it into a welcoming, fresh look and feel. Reason number 6, you're a DIYer. As mentioned before, working with an interior designer under a full-service project means the client never has to lift a finger. It really is a turnkey concierge-level service where we handle everything from designing, shopping, deliveries, installation, and even dreadful returns for damaged goods. Interior designers also work with reputable tradespeople who support those projects requiring a craftsman. If you prefer to do all this yourself, then an interior designer isn't the best fit. However, an alternate option is consider a design-only consultation package where a detailed design is created for you to implement yourself. So, did you see yourself in any of these explanations? If so, that's perfectly okay. The beauty of the design industry today is that there are so many ways that you can work with a designer. Although full-service interior design may not be the best option for you today, I encourage you to seek out a design service that both suits your personality and the beautiful, joyful space that you desire. For more information, call Tada by Kat Living by Design at 281-798-3750.
Thanks, Kat. That was some awesome information. You know, if you're getting ready to go ahead and do some updates to your house, your office, you got to give Kat a call. This is Michael Rager, your business guide. We'll be back, and we're going to be talking bookkeeping and taxes with Kristen Gunderson. Back in a minute.
Are you considering selling more than likely what is the most expensive investment, your home, now or in the near future? Before you throw away precious equity down the drain and live to regret it, I'd like to share with you 5 reasons why you need to stage your space, whether living in it or selling it vacant. Hello, I'm Kat Trelinos, President, Master Staging Professional, and CEO of Tada by Kat Next Level Staging and Design. Number 1, you need to stage because you'll make more money. According to the National Association of Realtors, more than 5 to 20% more staged. Number 2, so buyers can visualize the staged property as their next home. Stage because number 3, not staging will only help sell your competition stage homes. Successful realtors know that the key to competing is professional staging because it creates great online presentations drives buyer traffic to the home and brings the highest offers. Number 4, stage because it makes the home seem larger when strategic placement and flow are created with proper staging. And number 5, stage because then you can relax, knowing you've done everything possible to get a quick sale, not leave any money on the table. Let our award-winning team bring the magic of next-level staging to your property today. Be prepared to be ta-da'd. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Dave Smith, professional organizing and productivity consultant, speaker, and author. Do you want to improve your productivity and organizational flow? Whether it's your commercial office space, inventory warehouse, restaurant, or home, we have simple organizing solutions to help you increase your efficiency and productivity so that you can be more present, productive, and profitable. Let me take your business to the next level with simple organizing solutions. As a professional organizer for more than 15 years, when it comes to organization, I bring the know-how, information, and tools to put to use in both your professional and personal life. Busy entrepreneurs such as yourself should focus on generating money, tackling new business opportunities, and enjoying life to the fullest, not on organizing anything that slows you down. Let me help you transition from clutter and chaos to simple and organized. Call me today at 281-609-9986 or set up a consultation at simplicitybyday.com.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV with Michael Rager. I'm your business guide. You know, this is one of the segments we're going to talk about right now, bookkeeping. Understanding your numbers in your business is one of the most important things that you need to do. So we're going to bring in our bookkeeping expert, Kristen Gunderson. She specializes in helping small to mid-sized businesses understand the numbers so they can make the right decisions. Kristen's going to talk about the best practices when you're starting your business to make sure your financial numbers are correct. Go ahead and take it away, Kristen.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on the Biz Talk Show today. I am Kristen Gunderson, the CEO of Gunderson's Bookkeeping, and I'm here to answer all of your bookkeeping and tax questions. So the question that we got for today is, if you have just one tip on getting your business going, what would that be for your bookkeeping? So the best recommendation that I can give you is, if you are starting a business, the number one thing that you need to do is open up a business bank account. I know it seems really simple, but that is the number one thing that I can tell you to get going. And when you open up a business bank account, you need to keep all of your business transactions, your business income, your business expenses, you need to use them in and out of your business bank account. Keep your personal stuff personal and your business business. So what happens if you need money for groceries and to pay your rent? Well, and you have all your money sitting in your business bank account. That is when you are going to cut yourself an owner's draw, move it over into your personal bank account, and that's where you're going to pay for your groceries and for your light bill and your rent bill. And everything else, like all of your other business expenses, make sure they're in your business bank account. They're coming in and out of that. And there's many reasons why you want to keep your business business and your personal personal. The first one is that you are easily going to be able to keep track of all of your business expenses. So this is really important. And like, even if you're using an Excel spreadsheet, like, it'll just make it a lot easier, because all of your business transactions can be found in one spot. And then you can use an Excel spreadsheet and just start documenting them line item by line item. Okay, I spent $500 worth of insurance, $100 worth of office supplies, got a $5,000 check-in, and you'll easily be able to see everything that's going on. And then if you're even stepping it up from the Excel spreadsheet and you're using, say, an accounting software like QuickBooks or QuickBooks Online, another one I like is Xero, there's FreshBooks out there, you can keep track of all these expenses in that accounting platform, and you'll easily be able to run a profit and loss and a balance sheet and see where your business is. The next reason why just this one simple thing of having a business bank account and keeping your business and your personal is that it is going to make your taxes so much easier. And how this works is even if you don't use an Excel spreadsheet, like you're just getting started, but you can print off the bank statements for every single month of the year. You could give them to your tax preparer or your CPA, and they'll be able to do your taxes quite easily. I mean, it's going to take them some time to be able to do that bookkeeping of maybe putting on an Excel spreadsheet, but it can be done easily. If you're using an Excel spreadsheet already, like they can easily sort it, like all the income coming in and all the expenses by category, and it'll just make their life so much easier to get that tax return done for you. And of course, if you're using like an accounting software, you'll be able to print the balance sheet and profit and loss, get it to them in January. And those tax returns, some of them are due March 15th. Everyone thinks April 15th, but some of the business tax returns are actually due March 15th. They'll be able to get them done, and the questions should be not a lot of questions, as long as everything is there. So that's another reason. The next reason why opening up a bank account will keep your life simple is in case of audits. Like, you have a business, you're running your business, and if you're using a business bank account, your risk of having an audit by the IRS actually goes down. But then say you do get audited, well, you know what? You have been doing a really great job of having all your business expenses in your business bank account, in your personal bank account. So when they come audit you, they're going to be able to see, oh wow, these are, and they're pulling receipts, so make sure you're keeping your receipts, but they'll be able to see, oh, like all of these transactions, you know, the 100 out of the 1,000 that we pulled from this audit, they're all business transactions. So make like having the audit so much less painful if everything is separate. So just another tip, it will make it simple. The audit, if you have it, it will make it so much simpler. Another reason why you want to have that business bank account and keep the business, personal, is you're going to be able to see the cash flow management. Like, are any problems coming up? Even if you're just looking at your bank statements still, you can easily pull your bank statements and be like, well, I looked at January and I had $15,000 worth of income, and in February I had $18,000, and in March I had $20,000 worth of income. So you can easily see the trends, and then you can see how much you're spending each month just by looking at the bank statements. And you can be like, well, my expenses are staying right in line. They're at $15,000 every single month. So even though my revenue is going up, my expenses are staying the same. That means that you're growing. So that's another thing that you can have, like, you'll be able to see the trends in your business. And again, if you're stepping up to an Excel spreadsheet or even an accounting software to do it, you will easily be able to see if your revenues are increasing. You'll be able to run those profit and loss and be able to have the percentages next to it and be like, oh, well, I'm spending 5% on advertising from my income, and you know what, that's right in line of where my business should be for spending. And you might be able to see, well, business is growing a lot now, so I might need to get some more help in. So I can hire some new employees or hire an admin, or you know what, it's time to outsource my bookkeeping, or let's hire someone to do my advertising for me. Like, you'll be able to see all of those things on that profit and loss just by keeping everything, your business, and your personal, keep it out of there, keep it in your personal. Don't be commingling things. Another reason to keep your business bank account, just your business, is it's going to increase your professionalism and your credibility as a business. You'll be able to go to the bank and be able to, like, if you need a line of credit or maybe a credit card open, they'll be able to look at your bank statements and look at your history and be able to determine if you are doing well. Like, sometimes your vendors, they need to be able to do credit checks on you to see if they're going to let you have like a net 30 or a net 60 for when you need to pay them back for their services that they're letting you do. So those are other reasons. And you know, your business, the more you act like a business, you are a business, like, it just shows. Instead of like, it might be a hobby, I might just be doing it for right now, and yeah, just write it to my personal checking account. Like, it shows like, hey, this person's not really in it. This isn't a real business. But when you're acting like a business and you're treating it like a business, like, it shows, and it just helps all around with the vendors and creditors. And then the last reason why just having a business bank account is so important is to be able to get that business credit score up. Say that you do need to get a loan from the bank, or you do need to maybe get an SBA loan, or you might just want to open up a credit card for your business. It's just so important. And it's kind of like going back to when you're a teenager, or when you were a teenager and you want to open up a credit card, and your limit might be like $200 getting started. Well, your business one might be like $1,000 getting started. But as your credit score grows, they'll be able to increase that, the limit for you. And like, the bank is the best place to go to, especially if you have your business bank account there. Like, getting the business credit card would be the next best place to go to be able to get that credit established. Or like, say you want to get a fuel gas card, open it up in the business bank account or the business name and be paying it through the business bank account. For me, I'm like an office, a bookkeeping office, so I spent a lot of money with supplies, especially January through April, like printing and ink and stuff like that. So I went to my local like Office Depot to open up my first credit card for my business, just to get that business score going. And it helps, like, going down the line, like say 5 years from now you want to be able to buy a business vehicle, you'll have that credit established and they'll be able to see that you have the business bank account and there's money in there. So that is just my last reason why it's so important to have that business bank account. Again, keep your business business, keep your personal personal, keep them separated. It makes your life so much easier. So I know, like, bookkeeping is like, it's difficult, like, it's like no one really likes to do it. It's, people don't understand it a lot. But if you have a business, it is crucial to your business. You cannot grow your business and have that freedom that you want to unless your books are done. So this is just the first step to getting going. And if you have any questions about what we talked about today, feel free to reach out to us. And actually, the best way to reach out to me is to text help to 855-798-3350. And that will send you right to my website. And then you can book an appointment with me. Or you can reach out to us on social media. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook at Gunderson's Bookkeeping. Again, I'm Kristen Gunderson. Thank you so much for having me on your show today.
Hey, Kristen, that was awesome stuff. I know it's so important to make sure you've got your financials straight, your personal and business banking accounts separate, and all that good stuff. So that was awesome. I'm so excited about that. Well, as we're getting ready to bring this show to a close today, we opened up today, we talked about quiet quitting. We had some great things that came across about how to run your business, how to strategically plan, how to protect it, all these things. But in order to have a successful business, you have to have a business where people want to work. That's your responsibility as a business owner, is to make it fun, exciting, challenging,